Escape to the action. It's Seminole Casino Immokalee. It's Vegas style 24/7 because just like Vegas, Seminole Casino never closes. It's pure entertainment anytime you want, and it's truly where paradise wins.
Domestic abuse does not discriminate. It can happen to anyone. If you, a friend, or a loved one needs a place to go, we have your path to safety right here this morning with Linda Oberhaus. She is Executive Director with the Shelter for Abused Women and Children. Great to have you back again.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we talked about last time, it kind of gets overshadowed by breast cancer. Not to say it's not any less important, but we do want people to know that we are spreading awareness for domestic violence and abuse as well. And the shelter is there to help anybody in a situation like that, right, Linda? How can you guys help?
Well, the shelter offers a 24-hour crisis hotline for anyone in need. We have a 60-bed shelter in Naples, and we have outreach offices in Naples and Immokalee.
Mm-hmm. And you guys also, if someone has a pet with them too, I like to let everybody know that you do take in pets as well.
We do. We have a kennel at the shelter. Many victims of domestic violence won't leave their pets in a home with an abusive partner.
What does domestic violence look like?
Well, domestic violence looks like many different things. Batterers don't typically hit their spouse or partner on the first date, or no one would ever date a batterer. Mm-hmm. And so it's something that happens over time, and it's something that takes time to get out of as well.
Mm-hmm. What do you suggest anybody watching right now, if they're in a situation like that, or maybe they don't really know that they are and they have questions about it,
mm-hmm.
what is classified, what is considered abuse, what should they do?
I'd encourage them to call the hotline at the shelter and speak with an advocate to maybe learn a little more about domestic violence. A lot of times folks will think that because they haven't been hit, mm-hmm. That it's not domestic violence, but that's not true. Yeah. I've heard many victims who have suffered from emotional abuse, degrading, name-calling, mm-hmm. that sort of thing, and that's typically where it starts, mm-hmm. with the emotional abuse, and then it escalates into physical abuse.
Yeah, certainly not a good situation. I think it's important to know about the hotline, because if they feel like they don't necessarily have a family member or somebody to talk to, the hotline is a good outlet for them to call.
Right.
So you guys have another location that is happening in Immokalee, I understand?
Yes, we always end Domestic Violence Awareness Month with a Peace March and Children's Fair in Immokalee, and so we'll be holding that on the 27th of this month. And so we just encourage the community to come out and support the event and have a good time and help us raise awareness about domestic violence.
What is the history of the Peace March? How did this get started with you guys?
Well, it's always been supported by the Collier County Sheriff's Office, mm-hmm. and so they'll escort the march on Main Street, and we've been doing it for years.
How do you think that this helps make a difference in our community and to help spread that awareness about domestic violence?
Well, I think it's important that the Immokalee community know that the shelter is here for them, that we support their community, and that there are services available to them as well.
Mm-hmm. And then that you said this was going on October, did we say 25th? I missed it.
27th.
27th, I'm sorry. So certainly come out and take advantage of that. If somebody is watching right now, and they're not sure what to do, they're in a situation, what do you think is the first step for them?
Well, if they just want more information about domestic violence or the shelter or the services that we provide, I'd encourage them to visit our website at naplesshelter.org. Mm-hmm. And we also have that 24-hour crisis hotline, and the number is 1-800-500-1119.
Linda, thank you so much. Again, don't forget the Peace March is happening as well. And as always, they can call the hotline. They can go to your website for any information. I think the hotline is important to let everybody know that you do have a place to turn to. The Shelter for Abused Women and Children is there to help. So, Linda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and send it over to Carla.
All right, up next, we help you and your loved ones sort through the Medicare maze. Stay with us.